And welcome to another edition of winemastery.co.uk. My name is John Lightfoot and this is...
John Murphy.
It is indeed!
I was going to say a very subdued view.
So, we're here talking, this is episode number 23, it's part 3 and we're talking about Bordeaux wines. So we've had the one I can't pronounce.
Graves,
Thank you very much. Why can't I pronounce that? And we've had Saint-Emilion, which I can. And now on to the one we both can't pronounce.
Haut-Médoc.
Haut-Médoc. So yeah, anyone out there that can tell us how to pronounce that, please send us an audio file.
We'll need that.
We'll need that, yeah.
Definitely.
We'll definitely. So, here we go.
Right, now this is the more kind of northerly, probably not the most northerly, but it's still up there. And again, it should be producing, with the climate and everything, should be producing a different kind of style of Bordeaux. Now,
Darker?
That's more.
No, not darker than Saint-Emilion, but certainly darker than the...
No, I think that's got that kind of ruby colour about that one.
Yep.
A nice and not quite brown as edge.
No.
You see. That's much...
Oh, wow.
Compared to...
Yeah.
What was it? It's much fresher.
Yeah. Yeah.
And again, that for me's got that leather. The leather's in there. But it's...
I think I'm beginning to associate what you call leather.
With what? Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't associate, it's a smell, it's an aroma, but I don't think of leather when I smell it, which is why I'm getting confused.
okay.
So obviously I'm using different leather to you.
I'll ask no questions. I'll just leave that right there. But again, we should be leaning more towards the Cabernet Sauvignon, Cabernet Franc predominant grape in there, so we should be looking at a lot more fruit here. I'm not really getting a lot of fruit there, if I'm honest.
No.
Maybe a little bit of cherry again, but that's not...
Compared to Saint-Emilion, it's the nose isn't anywhere near as strong.
No, so I'm going to get straight in there and see,
Okay.
see if you can...
Let me join you.
Please do.
Thank you.
It's actually, it is quite a lot lighter, because on the after flavour is more strawberry-ish.
It's in between the two, isn't it? It's in between the first...
Yeah, it's that nice,
part one and...
We should have done this in the middle.
We should have done, but you weren't to know.
No.
No. Just proves we do this as it happens.
I probably
Almost live. You wouldn't believe it.
You would not. What goes on here?
I must find out why some wines, when I've tasted it, I can't smell it, but on some wines I can. This one I can still, the nose is still strong for me after
And you are right, actually, just sit in the middle, because the cherry flavour comes through a wee bit, but it is like a little bit later on. It's not like as a Saint-Emilion we had that came through quite strong. But as you kind of just let that settle, it comes through quite nice. That's actually quite. I think there's more about this on the finish than there is on the initial flavour.
Yes. Yeah, it goes through a little transition, doesn't it, in your mouth, the tastes.
Yeah. And you know what? The tannins aren't overly... the more I'm drinking this, the more I'm liking it. Because the tannins aren't overly powerful there. It becomes a little bit more complex as you're leaving it to go there. I'd say that nice light strawberry leading into a kind of cherry-esque. Not much in the way of tannins. And that is actually... I quite like that.
I like it. Compared into... Here we come.
Yeah, I know what the next question is. It's $15.99.
$15.99?
Yeah.
Okay, well certainly for me, in personal taste, it may not be to yours, but certainly for me, try the three and see what you think. But certainly for me, that's much more worth...
Compared to,
the
Graves.
Thank you.
Yeah, maybe how I pronounce it.
Yeah.
No, it's no. It took a bit of warming up or a bit to get into there. I could happily drink that, and I could happily drink that on its own.
What would you suggest if you were eating with this?
Again, you're looking at the lighter, or perhaps not the lighter dark meats, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
Obviously the pork. And it would take. No, it wouldn't be taken on beef too well with that. Yeah, I like to dark meat.
And if you were just having nibbles, what would you say?
Oh, well, obviously
Cheese?
Yeah, I mean with the and the cheese would go for that'd go perfectly with Munster, or maybe what's it, Cave-Aged Gruyere. That would also fit. Oh, you know what? We're going to introduce more cheese into these tastings. We are.
And so in terms of if you weren't eating cheese, would nuts go with it or not? Not salted. I'm not talking salted, but you want salted nuts with this.
You want salted nuts with that, definitely. I mean, I don't know.
Or ham.
Ham, you can do ham with that happily. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
Lamb as well. Lamb is good. I say yeah.
Lamb. I've never had lamb as a nibble.
But they're hard to catch though.
Well, excellent. So, out of the three, which do you, if you forget the price at the moment, which I find incredible.
I don't know. Yeah.
If you forget the price, which would you choose if you just, someone said, choose one of these, it's yours?
I would actually go for this one, which is surprising because I thought my choice would be the Centimillion, and I did like the Centimillion, but I'd probably lean towards that.
I'd probably go for the Centimillion.
Oh really? It's a lot of power of flavour?
I think it just suits my palate better. I like this very much, a very strong second, but probably Centimillion. I just liked it. So.
You don't have to make it.
Justify why I like it.
Yeah, it's alright.
It's alright.
But no, it was interesting for me.
Excellent. Well, it was very interesting for me.
Yeah.
I think it's the first time, apart from, I've had San Emilio, but I've not had the other two, so yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, very nice.
Well, a lot of people won't because they are so difficult. Nobody knows what they are like. Hence these videos.
Well, exactly, and that's part of it, because I think French wine is much more confusing than other wines from regions because of all the intricacies of the different areas.
There is, yeah, and we said before, very, very rarely do they put the kind of the grape on the bottle, so you don't. I mean, they are coming round now and they are doing that, but still got the old school. I mean, which is fine, absolutely fine. It just makes it very difficult to for anybody to kind of.
That's new to them.
Yeah, to kind of get what they want, and so it becomes like a minefield. I mean, even so much as myself, there are so many categories and subcategories and classifications that it can become quite a nightmare.
Yeah.
However, that's what we're going to try and do here. We're going to wade through that together.
Make it a little bit clearer. Move the mist.
We hope.
We hope. We'll try. Give us feedback. If we're not doing that, you can rap us on the knuckles. So, we've done Bordeaux. We will be coming back to Bordeaux.
We'll definitely be coming back to Bordeaux in a video or two time.
But probably next episode we're planning to be back in Burgundy.
Hopefully back into Burgundy, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll look forward to that. So, until the next episode, have a good week.
See you later.
Cheers.
Chin chin!
Chin chin!
Chin chin!
Chin chin.
Stop it there.
Cheers.